In my experience with helping moms over many years transform their lives from mediocre to magnificent and from miserable to marvelous, I often hear the sentiment that they feel they are almost physically, and if not physically, certainly emotionally, trapped by a set of belief systems that are in fact myths that hold them, keep them trapped in a state where they feel they aren't worthy of living the life that they ultimately deserve and desire. In this video, I'm going to share with you 7 of the more common myths. There are actually many, and we will go through these with time. However, there are 7 that I find are the more common and the more pervasive types of myths and belief systems, keeping mom trapped in the state of believing they're not worthy, believing that their lot in life is fixed and that there is nothing that they can do to change it. I'm Dr. Kevin Lenton. I'm an integrative chiropractor and I practice in Cape Town, South Africa, where I've been in clinical practice for some 40 years. It's been my absolute privilege to help moms transition from a mediocre life to a marvelous life and from a miserable life to a magnificent life. It often takes just a little bit of time and experience to help moms that have unique expectations and demands placed upon them to transition from just surviving to absolutely thriving. Let's face it, women in general, and certainly moms, are under enormous pressure. Enormous demands and expectations are placed upon them on a daily basis, whether it's managing the home, whether it's being a wife, whether it's being a homemaker, and even an income generator. The demands are extreme. The constant bombardment by these demands and expectations lead to a state of overwhelm, a feeling of not being able to cope, leading to feelings of isolation and loneliness, and ultimately leading to a mental health explosion of anxiety, overwhelm, feelings of depression, and a lack of authenticity. This constant bombardment leads to what are referred to as belief systems that become hardwired into the frontal cortex of the brain, also known as the subconscious, and this then drives our behavior patterns. Many of these belief systems are in fact mythical. They don't really exist, but they have been created through often decades of programming. Let's discuss just some of them. Number 1, financial pressure is a given if you're a mom. A common belief system is that financial pressure is normal as a mom, and that this financial pressure just has to be accepted. A second very common belief system held by moms in general is that there will never be enough time. Life is so busy that there will never be sufficient me time. And a third myth is that being a mom means that there will never be enough support, loving support from a partner or a spouse. And yet another myth is that being a mom or a partner and a homemaker means that there will always be uncertainty in life. And yet another myth is that the responsibility for running the home and keeping the home fires burning lands squarely on the shoulders of the mom and the mom alone. Furthermore, there's the feeling that there will always be risk involved if one is a mom, a homemaker, a wife, an income generator, that one will always have the potential for risk. And a final pervasive myth in this series is that everything has to be done by the mom and the mom alone, and it's her responsibility to make sure that everything is constantly running smoothly. Now, allowing these myths and belief systems to dominate your life will lead to a state of dis-ease, and eventually, when left long enough, a state of disease. We are seeing more and more physical, mental, emotional, biochemical, and structural physical problems manifesting due to this extreme level of bombardment by these mythical belief systems. So allow me to bust these myths once and for all. There are 3 criteria that moms can use very successfully to bust each and every one of these myths, and many more for that matter. Number 1 is mindset. The approach that one adopts to one's life state is critical and driven by what we refer to as mindset. Now, there are 2 types of mindset. A growth mindset, which says I can change my existence, my circumstances, or a closed, fixed mindset that said this is my lot and I just have to accept it. Number 2 is taking responsibility for one's life. That means that it's not somebody else's fault. You can't blame your husband, your partner, the government, your financial state. You cannot blame anybody else for for the current state you find yourself in. So taking responsibility and then adopting point 3, which is setting goals and action steps, following a blueprint that I'm able to provide for you to beat each and every one of these myths, bust them completely, and live the life that you deserve and desire. I'm Dr. Kevin Lenton. It would be my absolute pleasure to help you expand on how one can manage life more effectively, how one can live the life that you desire and deserve, feel bright-eyed and bushy-tailed each and every day, jump out of bed, just ready to experience what this beautiful, wonderful life has to offer. It's not that difficult. It will take a little bit of an investment in your time and an effort to just be the person that you know you deserve to be, and where you can live the life of your dreams. It'll be my absolute pleasure to help you. Please reach out following the link below and let's book a discovery call where I can chat to you for half an hour, completely free, and share some of my ideas that might be of great benefit to you.